over the past, I would say, decade plus, we've seen NFL contracts absolutely balloon. And of course, it's as the NFL is continuing to grow and make a fuck ton of money that they're able to do this. But specifically at the quarterback position, which is always going to be a premium, because if you don't have a quarterback, you don't really have anything. We've seen some big contracts for people that you question. Should you really be the highest paid guy? Is this really the person that you think should have the top contract in NFL history? Well, we had a couple more deals that happened over the past few days in the NFL, and it's left a lot of people scratching their heads, but also admitting this is just kind of the way it is at this point. The first up was Tua Tagovailoa, who got a big contract extension. Now, if I was the Miami Dolphins with this dude who is so injury prone, especially a guy who you feel like if you put somebody else in there with all these weapons around him, maybe could still be very successful. I think it's a bad idea, but the Dolphins didn't. They gave Tua Tagovailoa $212 million. That's an average annual value of about $53 million. So right up there with some of the top contracts in the league with $167 million guaranteed. This is where it puts him at. Highest players in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence got that same deal, that same average that Joe Burrow got. So they're the top two paid, at least at this point, when Tua signed this contract. They were the top two. Then it's Tua at 53, then Jared Goff at 53, then Justin Herbert at 52. You got guys like Lamar Jackson getting 50 plus. You got guys like Jalen Hurts getting $50 million. Insanity. Mm-hmm. Well, the next up, about a day after this, was Jordan Love, who signs the richest contract in NFL history, averaging, again, $55 million per year. Is this just the standard? Is this just what it is? The next guy up, regardless if they're a top 10 guy or not?
Yes, it's the next guy up. Jordan Love he's played 1 year. Now, granted, he was actually behind Aaron Rodgers, for some years. But I can actually make the case for Tua than Jordan Love, because Tua's actually had multiple seasons of playing. He's played 1 season and he got that money. Yeah, he won that playoff game too. But, I'm a capitalist, man. Get your money, man. Get your money. Now, we were talking beforehand, Dak Prescott has to be licking his chops at the money coming down because he's the next guy up. And
he's not getting it with the Cowboys, though.
What's that?
He's not getting it with the Cowboys. Jerry Jones is not going to pay him that kind of money.
He's going to get it. I'm just talking about getting his money in general anyway.
These quarterback contracts are insane. And what happens, you can't pay the rest of your guys. What the NFL is going to have to start doing, they're going to have 2 different salary caps, one for quarterbacks and one for the rest of the team, or just that the quarterback position doesn't take a hit against the team's salary cap, because you have seen time and time again just teams completely dismantle after they pay these quarterbacks a stupid amount of money. Just look at the Seahawks. They had to completely dismantle their defense in the Legion of Boom once they paid Russell Wilson all that money. And did they ever get back to the Super Bowl? No, after they paid Russell Wilson. So, and then you see guys like Drew Brees or Tom Brady and Peyton Manning who, yeah, they're getting paid a lot of money, but they always took a team-friendly contract so that they could pay the other guys around them, and then they would continue to win Super Bowls. So the NFL's got to do something.
Well, you remember when Mahomes signed that 10-year, $400 million contract, some people were saying, man, that's pretty crazy right there. I mean, $40 million. How many years ago did he sign it? About 3 years ago?
That was $40 million. They've renegotiated some stuff.
Yeah, but
his average is like 45, like for next year.
But still, 40, 45 million seems low now compared to the money.
Well, a lot of that is all backloaded. He took the Bobby Molina deal where he's going to be getting paid most of that once he retires.
I don't know if it's most of it once he retires, but it definitely is structured out a certain way. But that's kind of one of the things we said then. If you do sign somebody to a long-term contract like that, it might not look so bad a couple years down the road. And here we are already. These are the top 10 highest paid guys in the league. Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Jordan Love, all tied at $55 million. Now, I personally think that Joe Burrow is a class above those two guys.
Easily. Not even close.
Easily. I have no issues with Joe Burrow getting paid, being the top paid guy in the league. with what we push out for him to do. He's had some injury problems as well, however. That should be noted. But then you go down this list. Jared Goff, okay, he's had some really killer seasons with the Lions after struggling for the first part of his career. Justin Herbert, a guy who's less than 500 for his career, but
he can't even win a playoff game.
A guy, if he stays healthy and Jim Harbaugh building that team around him, okay. Lamar Jackson has been very successful in the regular season, not so much in the postseason.
You know how I feel about Lamar Jackson. He's not a quarterback.
I don't think he should be a top paid quarterback. Jalen fucking Hurts.
No way.
Bullshit. Bullshit for Jalen Hurts to be getting paid that kind of money. Then Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, both getting paid $46 million. This is how this shit can come back to bite you in the ass. There are not many Patrick Mahomes out there where you can give your quarterback basically $50 million and still be able to structure the team well enough to surround him with enough weapons that you can still go and win a Super Bowl. Most of the people on this list that are paying these guys that much, it's not going to work out for them.
Yeah. And Deshaun Watson's deal is one of the worst in NFL history.
Fully guaranteed.
Fully guaranteed.
Yeah, considering what they're getting out of him, yes.
Yeah.
If he's producing like Patrick Mahomes, okay, but he's fucking not. And I don't think he's ever going to play
football.
Say it again.
He doesn't even want to play football.
Nope.
Doesn't feel like it. But I think the most important thing when you look at his Jordan Love contract, the amount of games that he's played, right?
Yeah.
Starts 18.
Yep.
18 starts. And he just got that money. Now, the reason that that's happening is because he sat behind Aaron Rodgers for so many years. So the time where his next contract came up was around the same time these guys who've been playing since they came in also came up, right? So that does make a difference, obviously, in the grand scheme of things. But still,
that's risky, though.
It's a lot of money to pay a guy like Jordan Love. But this is
right now
what is happening with quarterbacks in the NFL because they just are that valuable.